Hi everybody, welcome to Plant Fact Friday. I'm Heather.
And I'm Alex.
It's been a minute, but we're back.
We're back.
Today we're talking about plant defenses.
That's right. It's hard to be a plant,
Yeah.
but what the heck do plants need protection from? I can think of a few, but we are here to tell all you plant people out there how to protect yourself from all things like bugs and insects.
Uh-oh. Bad weather.
Ah! Hungry herbivores. Nom, 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 nom.
And even extinction.
My goodness. These plants have a lot of work cut out for them, but there are kind of three categories that we'll be talking about today.
Right, so your first line of defense, avoid being seen. If they can't see you,
they can't eat you.
That's right. Step 2, if you've been seen, avoid being eaten. You got to look as unappetizing as possible.
That's right.
And step 3, if they've taken a bite, make sure they never get to come back for a second one.
That's right.
So Alex, let's start from the top. What is that first line of defense?
So just like animals can camouflage themselves, so can plants. So here we have what we call a lithop, also known as a living stone. There's a plant here. Can you find it?
Oh, right there.
That's right there. These lithops grow flat on the surface of their rocky soil. They're native to South Africa, dry desert climates. So they are protecting themselves from water loss, but also herbivory, being eaten. They cannot find them. They're camouflaging in the rocky surroundings. What's really cool about these plants is they have a epidermal window. So this top part is actually translucent. The sun's rays go through that top layer into the bottom underneath where they're actually doing photosynthesis underneath the soil. Very cool. So that's the first way to avoid being eaten. Make sure they can't even see you.
Right. For those plants who aren't able to avoid being seen, we've got some protections from being eaten. So here we have a couple examples of pokey projections, including spines, prickles, and thorns.
We have done a previous Plant Fact Friday video on this, so go check it out. There was a song to help you remember, but let's review it quickly for those that haven't seen it.
Yes, so here I have a rose stem covered in prickles. So prickles are a protrusion of the epidermis or the skin of the plant. So every rose has its prickle.
Not thorn.
Yeah, sorry about that. We also have a cactus, which has what, Alex?
So these are spines. All cactus have spines. So these are modified leaves. The stem of the cactus is green doing the photosynthesis, and then these are modified leaves.
Okay, so last we have a honey locust, which has thorns, and thorns are modified stems or branches. So this is one thorn, for instance, which shows you a lot of that branching. So if you were looking at a honey locust tree, you would not even consider wanting to eat this.
All right, other plants have very thick or fibrous stems and leaves to avoid being eaten. Just something that looks unappetizing.
Yes. But some plants aren't lucky enough to avoid being eaten, so they have other defenses to stop that predator from ever coming back for more.
That's right.
I'm holding here a picture of Raphael crystals. These are on a microscopic scale. They're crystals of calcium oxalate and calcium carbonate. And as you can see, they're very pointy, almost like little needles. And these are in the tissues of plants, including some plants that we eat.
Like pineapple.
Right. So if you've eaten a lot of pineapple and you've noticed that your mouth kind of hurts, that's because pineapple has these crystals in its tissues. And while that doesn't do a whole lot to us, besides maybe annoy us, to insects and small herbivores, it can really pack a punch. And sometimes these little Raphael crystals are like needle injectors, allowing a poison or a toxin in the plant to get into the body of that critter. So they can be really lethal.
Yes. So we've talked about pineapple, something that we eat. Here we have a few more things that sometimes we eat. I don't eat these. This is a jalapeno pepper. This has a lot of spice to it. So animals, including us humans, might take a bite and say, wow, that is hot. This is from the compound capsaicin in the peppers, and that increases with the hotness of the pepper.
Yes.
But the spiciness, the hotness is actually not a taste in our mouth. It's actually on the pain receptor in our mouths. So I don't know what you're doing out there if you like spice. I'm not a big fan, but the plant is literally telling you, stop eating me. Also, onions have sulfur compounds in them. Would you like to take a bite?
I will pass, thank you.
Okay. Raw onions definitely have a very bitter taste to both humans and animals, but when we cook it, quite delicious.
Yes. Now for some plants, it's not enough to just taste bad. they really want to prevent you from ever coming back. And these are poisonous plants.
Yes.
So one native plant that is poisonous is milkweed. Monarch caterpillars have adapted to be able to tolerate that toxin, but pretty much everyone else cannot. So do not go munching on milkweed in your yard or garden. We also have next to us a very spicy fellow indeed.
Well, also beautiful.
Also beautiful. This is Ricinus communis, or the castor bean, also called the castor oil plant. We have this in our conservatory. I think we have it outside as well.
Yes.
It's beautiful. It's really striking, but it's also deadly. So this plant is actually where we get ricin, or rat poison, from. So the seeds, the fruits, and I believe the rest of the plant as well have this poison in it. So if you were to take a bite, you would not get the chance to come back for a second.
Now, the final one that we want to talk about is my favorite, because I think it is just so cool that plants can even do this. So here we have a little drawing to help us figure out how indirect defenses work. So maybe you are being eaten by a little caterpillar here. This is our leaf, a little caterpillar munching down. Maybe you can't get that caterpillar to stop with your other defense. He's already found you. He's taken a bite. He continues. What are you going to do? So this caterpillar is sending signals to the leaf. It knows it's being eaten. Through its signal transduction pathway, it creates a chemical, releases that chemical. What are you going to do if you can't get it off you? You're going to call in the reinforcements. So that chemical attracts the predator of this caterpillar to come and eat the caterpillar that is eating this plant.
So they're literally calling for help from things like wasps and ants and other predators to get rid of these herbivores.
Plants are so, so cool how they have adapted to this through evolution to call in the predator of what's eating you. It's crazy.
Well, we hope that you guys out there have learned some new plant defenses. And we also hope to see you for future Plant Fact Fridays. Bye!
Bye!